Hello, I'm Andrew Price. Welcome to the channel. Coffee. It's the very glue that holds civilization together, and without it, anarchy and mayhem will prevail. So this video is covering 5 different methods of making it in the outdoors, from the most modern and convenient through to a more traditional approach. So stick around. The first one couldn't be easier. Instant coffee, great for survival kits and lightweight missions. And this one is a 3-in-1, so it's got coffee, sugar and milk all in one packet. Chuck it in the cup. Add some hot water. And if you can't find anything else, you can even stir it with the pack. What could be easier than that? Cheers. It's hot. Next up, slightly more high-tech, but very, very lightweight, is the GSI Java Drip, which is a drip-through method, or pour-through method of coffee making. And to use it, we clip it to the cup, and this is the filter mesh here, so it's really, really simple. Clips very securely to the cup, and all we need to do is to take a level scoop of coffee per person and put that into the filter here. You may recognize this from a previous video where I made this coffee scoop in Sweden. So it's still not quite finished, but I'm getting there. So 1 scoop, and the important thing now is to make sure that the water that you pour on isn't boiling. So let it cool down a little bit. And I'm just going to start by putting a few drops onto the coffee. I don't want to pour it all through just yet, so I just want to moisten the coffee and let the grains swell a little bit. So just leave that absorb into the coffee now for a few moments. That should do it, and now we can pour through the coffee grains. Just do it slowly. Make sure you cover all the grains as you go, and don't overflow it, because once you get above the grains, it'll just be filtering straight through the mesh and you won't be getting any strength from your coffee. So that's the pour through method finished. Now the easiest way to clean this is just take it off the cup, and now holding the legs I can just flick it like that, so it flicks inside out. And when I let this dry, I can just flick off any remaining grains and I can pack that away. It doesn't take long to dry. So just a really easy, compact and lightweight way of making coffee. Now we have a slightly more fancy, not quite as lightweight, but it does make an excellent cup of coffee. And this is the travel version of the AeroPress, the AeroPress Go. And I'll show you how it works. So first of all, we open this up. This is the cup you can drink from. It's a part of the unit, it protects everything as well, but it can also be a travel cup, so it can save you having to carry a separate cup. Now we're going to pull this plunger out to just about there. Can you see that? And now we can take this cap off here. So this is the strainer here. Make sure you don't drop that filter. Now, when it comes with paper filters. This is an aftermarket stainless steel filter, which is a really good idea. It can just be washed and it can last a long time. So let's put that there for a moment. So what we need to do now is to put a scoop of coffee into here. Take my travel scoop here. Make sure you get that coffee into there. And now we fill this with hot water. Using my incredibly lightweight kettle again. Okay, so just give that a second to brew. While that's happening, put the filter on the top here. And now we can put the strainer on. Now you notice it's got these lugs here. So this is kind of a bayonet fitting, so it doesn't screw thread on. You have to align these lugs with the slots. Then you twist it and it locks in place. Once you've done that, take your cup, flip the whole thing over, and now slowly press down. You're not doing this in a hurry, just do it nice and slowly until it reaches the bottom. There you go, and that's bottomed out nicely. And that is a beautiful cup of coffee. So it takes a little bit longer perhaps, and as I say, it's slightly heavier, but it does make an excellent cup of coffee. The main criticism I do have for the AeroPress Go is this rubber cap, which seems to have been designed to catch every twig, leaf, insect, piece of sand, or anything in the outdoors. So for something that's designed to be used in the outdoors, this cap does seem to have been a badly thought out plan. But apart from that, I like it. The AeroPress is good, it's popular, good option. Now at the moment, this is not far off espresso strength, so it's a good strong cup of coffee, which if you need a lot of caffeine is no bad thing. But if you like your coffee to be more of a long drink, you may want to add a bit more water to that to thin it out a bit. But it's a good cup of coffee, very strong, and that should perk you up in the morning. The next technique is perfect if you're making coffee for a few people. And it's also a slightly more traditional method. So to do it, you need a pot. This is titanium, but it will work with any pot. 2 scoops of coffee. Now I'm going to 3/4 fill this pot from the kettle. That'll do it. Lid back on. Now I'm going to put this over the fire. Oh, nice. Well, that's the coffee boiled. So it's time for the coffee drop. Before doing the coffee drop, one must first assume the coffee drop stance. Like so. A good stable position, legs widely spaced. And now we bring up gently and bring down quite heavily. Before you start, just give it a little wiggle like that, just to let the coffee lap around the side of the inside of the pot and drag any grounds that are stuck to the pot down. Once you've done that, we can now start the drop. So up gently and down. And hopefully that will have done it. The coffee drop uses gravity to force those coffee grounds to the bottom of the pot. Let's have a look if it's worked. Voila, that looks good actually. Okay, now very carefully, we don't want to disturb all those grounds off the bottom. And we can now pour a very, very strong cup of coffee into our cup. And that doesn't look bad at all. Like mud, just how I like it. That's not too hot. The final technique is Cowboy coffee, and this involves boiling the coffee over a fire until it becomes less bitter, apparently. Now, I'm not convinced, but I'm going to show you how to do it anyway, and I'll also show you the 2 techniques that we can use to get the grounds to sink. So for this technique, it's another 2 big scoops of coffee into the pot. Fill it 3/4 full with water. We put it back over the fire and get it boiling. There you go, that's at a nice rolling boil. So we let it keep simmering away for about 2 minutes, and then I'll show you what to do next. There are 2 possible options, or maybe more, to break the surface tension which allows those coffee grounds to sink to the bottom of the pot. One of them is to take a burning stick out of the fire, and we'll just quickly dunk that in. And what that does is breaks that surface tension and allows those coffee grounds to sink to the bottom. So that's one option. The other is to take some cold water and just drop a splash of cold water in, so like that. Does exactly the same thing, One makes it hotter, one makes it colder. It's entirely up to you. Now that the grounds have sunk to the bottom, we have a good strong cup of Cowboy coffee here. I'll pour it into my cup. As you can see, yep, no grounds coming out there. That looks pretty good. Let's try this one as well. Oh, that's the strongest cup yet. A little bit of bitterness, but not too much. Definitely drinkable and a good source of caffeine first thing in the morning. So that's 5 of my favourite ways to make a cup of coffee while I'm out in the wild, and I'd like to know what your favourite methods are, so comment down below. And I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, please don't forget to like and subscribe to our weekly content, which is uploaded at 1 PM every Saturday UK time. I'll see you next time.